We check in with KTBB owner, General Manager Paul Gleiser with You Tell Me. What's on your mind, sir?
Good morning, Garth. We are sponsored by KE Cellars, Tyler's Old World Style Boutique Winery in the French Quarter on South Broadway across from the mall. This feature's name was not chosen by accident. We call it You Tell Me because that's exactly what we want you to do. I'll put something out there and give you my take on it. Then the floor is yours. Just go to ktbb.com/youtellme to post your comments. We've also made it easy for you to share these commentaries with your friends and colleagues via email, Facebook, and Twitter. You can subscribe so that you're among the first to know when we posted something new, and you can watch the video version, via YouTube. It's a conversation, not a lecture, and thus we need to hear your voice. Just go to ktbb.com/youtellme, and you tell me. Former President Bush has emerged from near total media seclusion for the purpose of promoting his new book called Decision Points. He's making all the rounds, including Oprah, Rush, Hannity, and the TV morning shows. To my eye and ear, he looks and sounds relaxed, and he sounds like a man who is at peace with the decisions that he made. It was nice to see him when he visited here in Tyler, and frankly, it's nice to see him on TV again. Turns out I really do miss him. The recession is said to have officially begun in December 2007 and to have officially ended in June 2009. In that interim, we saw the near collapse of the financial markets, the bankruptcy of GM and Chrysler, and the subsequent government takeover of both. We saw the government massively intervene in the insurance and banking industries. We saw a nearly $1 trillion spending measure, laughably called an economic stimulus bill, that was rammed through Congress with next to no scrutiny. Then, as if that weren't enough, the most liberal administration in Congress in a generation, over the objection of a majority of the country, pushed through a bill that fundamentally reshapes the 1/6 of the U.S. economy, that is, health care. Again, with little actual scrutiny. While this was happening, the U.S. economy shed over 8 million jobs, pushing the unemployment rate to 10%, where it stubbornly remains. The national debt grew by over $3 trillion, and the federal budget deficit, around $400 billion under Bush, quadrupled to $1.6 trillion in the just completed budget year. Even though the recession is said to have officially ended in June 2009, it sure doesn't feel like it. And with each passing month of slow to no growth, we start to forget that during the Bush administration, the U.S. experienced economic expansion and job growth for 53 consecutive months, a record. When NBC's Matt Lauer tried to pin President Bush down on making the tax cuts that bear his name permanent, the president said this.
Now the question is, how do we create them? And part of the debate is, should government try to create the jobs, or should the private sector try to create the jobs? My argument is keeping taxes low will encourage the private sector to create jobs.
Well, thank you, Mr.
I'm
President.
Doug Limerick.
You succinctly summed up our decision point. We've tried fixing our problems via a massive expansion of government, and all we have to show for it is a massive debt. Are we now willing to let the free market back in the game? In order for that to occur, we need to make the current tax rates permanent. We need to repeal Obamacare. We need to lower the corporate tax rate. We need to ease the regulatory burden on business. And we need to make a dramatic commitment to reducing the size and cost of government. When businesses and the American people see that government is stepping back and getting out of the way, the miracle that is the American economy will do what it always does, which is to say, set an example for the entire world. That's my word. What's yours? Go to ktbb.com/youtellme, and you tell me. If you're like me, running a business, you have certain customers and vendors that you want to especially remember during the holidays. You want something that will stand out and let the recipients know that you truly appreciate what they do for you all year long. KE Cellars will help you. Go by KE Cellars today and get them to explain their private label program. Not only is it easy, it's classy. Select a wine or wines from the KE Cellars collection that you'd like to give for the holidays. Tell the people at KE Cellars that you want those wines private labeled with your art and company logo for gift giving. And then let the people at KE Cellars go to work making your business stand out. For as little as $3 additional per bottle, KE Cellars will create gifts that will be remembered and enjoyed. This is all possible because KE Cellars is a working winery with a tasting bar. You can try any wine in the KE Cellars collection before you buy it or before you give it as a gift. KE Cellars, Tyler's Old World Style Boutique Winery in the French Quarter on South Broadway across from the mall, and online at kecellars.com.